Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJL Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. The 1983 Pennant Race is on the air. The Pennant Race is always the final month of September, and we do things pretty much the same except with a couple of changes. Of course, the month of September, there are September call-ups for each team. So now all the teams have a lot more players to utilize. I will still be using, of course, as-played lineups. That will never change. Of course, also at the beginning of every game in the month of September, I will show you the current standings, how it looks in all four divisions, before we get into the game. The Pennant Race goes all the way to the final week. It's still one game per 3 days of baseball, but when we get to the final week, it will be one game per 1 day of baseball as we try to find out who will be going to the postseason and who's going to have to wait for the next replay. So tonight is September 3rd, 1983, that we are at Stade Olympique for a huge game between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Montreal Expos. The Dodgers come into this game a record of 70-64. The Expos are 78-54. Let's take a look at the standings. In the American League East, the New York Yankees right now are the number one seed in the league, and actually in the entire league as well. 3.5 game lead on the Baltimore Orioles. The Milwaukee Brewers are in third. The Tigers are only a half game back of the Brewers, so this is still very much up for grabs. The Toronto Blue Jays, however, they are 5 back of third. They definitely need to get some wins. In the American League West, the Chicago White Sox, they have a 9.5 game lead on the Rangers. They are the only team with a winning record, just like it was historically. So right now, unless anything happens, we may only have 4 teams in the American League playoffs. In the National League, the Philadelphia Phillies lead the East, 3.5 games ahead of the Expos. The Pirates are in third. They have a 3.5 game lead on the Cubs, but they are under 500. They've got to get over 500 and still be there to clinch a playoff spot. National League West, we have 4 teams in it. The Houston Astros are actually back in it, but barely. The Braves have a 9.5 game lead in the West ahead of the Dodgers. The Padres are 1 game back of the Dodgers for second. They also have a 3 game lead on the Astros, but the Astros right now are back to under 500. So this is how it stands at the beginning of the final month of the season, and it is time to see what will happen tonight. Philip Reynolds, Jeremy Brooks, Jimmy Jam, and Ben Wicks is first to join us here at Stade Olympique. The Dodgers historically won this game. They shut out the Expos 4-0. The Dodgers had 9 hits and 2 errors. The Expos had 6 hits and no errors. But as we all know, anything can happen in a game of inside pitch. So it is time to begin the 1983 Pennant Race, Inside Pitch, Fall Classic. No more than 12 teams can get to the postseason, but it looks like we're not going to have that many. So what will happen tonight? Let's see what the dice does. Starting pitcher for the Montreal Expos tonight is Bryn Smith. 6 wins, 11 losses, 3 saves, a 2.49 ERA. Mostly a relief pitcher, but he got the start tonight. We are at Stade Olympique. This is a pitcher's park. Only 96 home runs here and -2 to strikeouts. Definitely a pitcher's park. And now that I've said that, we'll have 20 home runs tonight. So if everybody is set and ready to go, this should be a big series. The Pennant Race is on as Phoenix Knight, as XSG2 joins us here at Stade Olympique. And no, I will be using both systems in the playoff success. The World Series will alternate. So let's see how things go. Let's go to the top of the first. Leading off for the Dodgers, the second baseman, Steve Sachs, 281 average, 5 homers, 41 RBIs, and 83. Highlight Heyday now joins us here at Olympic Stadium. We're going to use blue, white, and powder blue dice. Expos are the home team. A great crowd here in north of the border. Expos, well, They're only 3.5 behind the Phillies in the East. The Dodgers, pretty much 9.5 back of the Braves in the West. The Dodgers right now are just playing to get into the postseason. Let's see what happens tonight. 1-2. That is a 1-2 is a blank, but now that has changed. I now changed that one. This would be if he was tired, this would be a base hit. It is not. And even though Chris doesn't really want me to do it, I'm now calling that an automatic out. And that's going to be a ground ball to first base. And that'll be handled by Al Oliver. And that will be out number 1. Right now, all S1s are automatic outs. At least for all past seasons, even though Chris says it's only for the seasons he's done. I'm going to make it uniform. Next batter is the shortstop, Bill Russell. 246 average, a homer, and 30 RBIs in 83. Pitch from Smith. 5-6, hit by pitch. No. Russell, 1-4, and it's a base hit past short. Russell will get a single, and he'll get the first hit of the game. Doug Hunt now joins us here at Stade Olympique. Next batter is the left fielder, Dusty Baker, and he will be a Hall of Fame manager, and he still was a heck of a player. 260 average, 15 homers, 73 RBIs in 83. Russell had 13 steals. He's not going anywhere. Smith will pitch. 6-6, wild pitch. Yes, that's going to be thrown over the head of the catcher, and Russell will go to second. First wild pitch thrown by Smith, and now Russell already on at second base, and he'll stay there. Smith will do it again. 1-1, strikeout, no. Baker, 2-2, and it's a base hit past short. That'll be a single. Russell easily has speed. He will come around from second. He will score. The Dodgers have a quick 1-0 lead. So Dusty Baker will get an RBI single. No problem there. And the Dodgers are on the board, first. Next batter is the third baseman, the original beast mode, Pedro Guerrero. He was a monster. 298 average, 32 homers, 103 RBIs. I am still working on the A, B, or C pitcher SG2. And when I know, I will let you know when I know. Baker on it first, and he will stay there. Smith, 1-3, error on a grounder. Guerrero, 5-1. Nope, that's going to be a fly ball to right field. Warren Cromartie will get to that, and that will be out number 2. Next up is the center fielder, Kenny Landreau. 281 average, 17 homers, 66 RBIs in 83 as midlife crisis joins us here at Olympic Stadium. Baker on it first. He'll stay there. Smith, 6-4 against the lefty. It's a blank. Landreau, 4-3, and it's a fly ball to center field. And the Hawk will get there, make the catch, and retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits, a wild pitch. The Dodgers have a quick 1-0 lead. Starting pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers tonight is Bob Welch. 15 wins, 12 losses, a 2.65 ERA. That's pretty good for that, Bob Welch. 12 losses tells me he really didn't get a lot of run support, I'm figuring. But Welch was a pretty solid pitcher in his career. Bottom of the first, leading off for the Expos, be the left fielder, Hall of Famer Tim Raines. 298 average, 11 homers, 71 RBIs. Rock, of course, was awesome. Welch, 3-5, range play at the park. Olympic Stadium, 6-3. That's a fly ball to center field. Going after that is Landreau. His range is a 3. And it will drop in, and that's going to be actually, he'll get past him and shoot the gap, and Raines is going to have a double. So Raines leads off with a double, as Landreau couldn't get to it, and the Expos have the man on second base. Next batter is the second baseman, Manny Trio. Trio started the year with the Cleveland Indians. He is now on the Expos. 270 average, 3 homers, 45 RBIs in 83. Trio will probably make the playoff roster easily for the Expos in the postseason. Strategy roll, and nothing on the 11. Welch will pitch. Welch, 1-1 against the righty. It's an automatic out, and it will be a grounder to second base. Raines will head to third. Easy play there for Sachs. He throws to first for the out. One down, and now the center fielder, another Hall of Famer, Andre Dawson. 299 average, 32 homers, 113 RBIs, and 83. The infield is going to play in. Welch will go ahead and he will pitch. Strategy roll first. Raines stays at third. Welch, 3-2. Range play. Dawson, 1-3. It's a power hit to center field. That's a 3. Against a righty, that'll be a single. But it's a range play once again for Landreau. His range is a 3, and he can't get it. It'll be a base hit as well. Dawson will go to first. Raines will score. We're tied at 1. RBI single by Dawson, as Landreau couldn't get to that one. And now here's the first baseman, Al Oliver. Some people think he belongs in the Hall of Fame. You can make an argument. 300 average, 8 homers, 84 RBIs that year. Now with 1 out and now tied at 1. The Expos did not score a run in this game historically, so we already have a new game. Strategy roll for Dawson, and he's got the steal sign. Now 14 minus 3 is 11. Steve Yeager has a -2, which makes him a 9. Dawson's not going to go. Pitch from Welch. 1-4, strikeout. That will be high. Oliver, 1-5 against the righty. It's a base hit right past second base. Dawson has great speed. He'll make it to third easily. And now runners in the corners and 1 out. And that will bring up the kid, Hall of Famer and one of the best catchers of all time, Mr. Gary Carter. 270 average, 17 homers, 79 RBIs, and 83. They're gonna play the infield back and try to turn 2. Welch is gonna go ahead and pitch to Carter. Strategy, nothing on the 12. Welch, 6-1, strikeout, no. Carter, 5-6, and it's a fly ball to left field. Dusty Baker's going to get to that for out number 2. Carter, sacrifice fly of 2. Hit to right, +1 is a 3. And it will score Dawson, and the Expos take the lead. Stadium cheers. Yuppie! As they say in Canada. Sacrifice fly for Carter. The Expos now have a 2-1 lead with 2 outs now. And now the third baseman, Tim Wallach, steady player. 269 average, 19 homers, 70 RBIs. Ron McGrath joins us here at Stade Olympique. Oliver on it first. There are now 2 outs. And Oliver, he stays put. Welch, 3-5, range play at the park. Olympic Stadium, 5-4. And that is a fly ball to right. This time it's a chance for Mike Marshall. Marshall heading after it. His range is a 2. He will make the catch and retire the side. Nice play by Marshall. And that will be a fly ball to right. 2 runs on 3 hits for the Expos and a sacrifice fly. 2-1 in favor of the Spos. We go to the top of the second. Leading off for the Dodgers will be the right fielder, Mike Marshall. 284 average, 17 homers, 65 RBIs, and 83. Smith, 6-6, wild pitch at the blank. Marshall, 1-4. That's a grounder to short. And Doug Flynn has got it. And over to first it goes. Here's the first baseman, Greg Brock. 224 average, 20 homers, 66 RBIs. I know he had a rough year in 83, but I always felt Brock was also a steady player. Smith, 6-1, strikeout, no. Brock, 4-2 against the righty. It's grounded to second. Easy play for Trio. And he will toss it over for out number 2. And now here's the catcher, Steve Yeager, 203 average, 15 homers, 41 RBIs. The Dodgers have more catchers in the lineup this time. Remember, we are in the pennant race. There are September call-ups, so now all these rosters are pretty big. Smith will pitch. 4-4, strikeout 6. Yes, he got him. Called strike 3 on Yeager, and the inning is over. First strikeout for Smith. He had 101 of them in 83. And that is a 1-2-3 inning. We'll go to the bottom of number 2. Leading off for the Expos will be the right fielder, Warren Cromartie, 278 average, 3 homers, 43 RBIs. Never been a fan of the larger rosters. I really think if you're in the pennant race, you're not going to really pretty much use them. But if you're not in the hunt, you're probably bringing new people up to give them a try. But of course, that was back in the day when you had 40-man rosters. Now today, you're only expanding to 28. Welch will pitch. 3-4. That's at the park. Olympique Stadium. 3-5. Ground out to first. Easy play there for Brock. And he'll take it himself for the out. 1 down. And now here's the shortstop, Doug Flynn. He's playing shortstop tonight. Of course, one of the players in the worst trade in baseball history. 237 average, no homers, 26 RBI. Welch will deal. 6-2 against the righty. It's a blank. Flynn, 5-4, and hit the center field, a fly out. And this time, Landro will not have to make a range play. He'll make the catch. 2 down. And now here comes the pitcher, Bryn Smith. He had a 167 average in 83, so he can hit. Welch. 1-2, wild pitch. It's a blank. Smith, 6-1, ground out to short. Easy play for Russell. And he will take his time, toss it over, and retire the side. 1-2-3, go the Expos, 2-1 after 2. For those of you wondering, the Expos, are 2-2 on the board. The Dodgers are 1-5 on the board. Remember, board record is the number 1 tiebreaker. In case of a tie, I'm not doing 163 games anymore. I stopped that. I actually stopped that a few seasons ago. We go to the top of the 3rd, and leading off for the Dodgers will be the pitcher, Bob Welch. An 096 average. He did have a homer and 2 RBIs. Smith will deal. 3-3, home run chance. Righty, 1-12. The 11 is good. Against the righty, Welch needs a 6. Well, he did have a home run in the season. Does he get it here? No. 5-2. Instead, he chops it to third, and that'll be easy play for Wallach, and he'll throw it over to first for out. And Welch said, dang, I knew I should have hit that one out. Next up is Sachs. Sachs is 0 for 1. Smith will pitch. 2-4. Strikeout 9. That will miss. Sachs. 6-3. And it's a fly ball to right field. Easy play for Cromartie. And that is out number 2. Another thing I do during the pennant race, I will only play games that I really think need to be played. Here's Russell. Russell got a single his first time up. Smith will pitch. 6-5. That's a blank. Russell. 5-2. Fly ball center field. And Dawson will get to this one. It looks like both pitchers have settled down a little bit. And that is a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Too bad. That means the White Sox are still up there. Yep. Well, the White Sox are gonna win that division, I'm pretty sure. Leading off for the Expos will be the Rock, Tim Raines. He got a double his first time up and scored. 2-1 Expos. The Dodgers historically won this game 4-0. Welch, 3-5, range play at the park. Olympic Stadium, 3-1, double into right field. But going after that is Marshall. Marshall's range is a 2. And he's got it. What a play by Marshall. 1 out. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Fly ball, and Marshall couldn't get to that one. He gets there and takes a double away from Raines. 1 out. Next batter is Trio. Trio is 0 for 1. John Haverly joins us here at Stade Olympique. Pitch from Welch. 2-6. Possible error. Trio. 1-2 against the righty. It's a fly ball to left field. Dusty Baker's going to go after that. His error rating is a 3. That's an 11. He has it. 2 down. And now here's the Hawk. Dawson got a single his first time up. Michael Peterson now joins us here at Olympic Stadium. Welch will go ahead and deal. And 3-1, strikeout 5. Cold strike 3 on Dawson. He got him, and the inning is over. And that is the first strikeout for Welch. He had 156 of them in 83. And that is a 1-2-3 inning. 2-1 Expos after 3. The Dodgers right now with a 1-5 board record really have got to get in there outright. That board record could very well eliminate them. We go to the top of the 4th. Leading off for LA will be Dusty Baker, and he got a single his first time up. Smith, he'll go ahead and pitch. 4-4, strikeout, no. Baker, 6-4, and Baker smacks one into left field, and that's going to be a double. That'll bounce off the wall, and Baker has a leadoff 2-bagger. Baker now has a single and a double, and now the very dangerous Guerrero is next. He's 0 for 1. Baker on it first. On it second. Strategy roll. He'll stay put. Smith, 2-2, error on a throw. Guerrero, 1-4, and that is a ground ball to second base. That ball is into Trio. His error rating is a 6. That's a 10. He won't make an error. He'll make the throw to first. Baker goes to third, and that's out number 1. And now Landro. Landro is 0 for 1. Expos calling the infield in. Strategy roll. Baker stays where he is. Pitch from Smith. 5-3. That's at the park. Olympic Stadium. 4-4. And it's a base hit to right field with a possible double. That will score Baker. The game is tied. Landro trying for second. Right fielder is Cromartie as a -1 arm. A 1-3. Landro will get to second base. And he will. That'll be a double. So Landro brings in a run, and we're tied. Stadium groans. So now here's Marshall. Marshall 0 for 1. Now a tie ball game here in the 4th. Landro on it second. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 18. Smith will pitch. 3-4. And against the righty, it's a strikeout plus 10. That's a 17. That's good enough. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Second strikeout for Smith. 2 down. And now here's Brock. Brock is 0 for 1. Landro stays at second, and he will. Smith looking in. He'll go ahead and deal. Smith, 2-5. Strikeout 6. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and the inning is over. Nice job by Smith. He gets his 3rd K, but 1 run on 2 hits for the Dodgers, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. Leading off for the Expos will be Al Oliver. Oliver got a base hit his first time off. Dodgers and Expos tied at 2, bottom of the 4th. This is the beginning of the 1983 pennant race. Welch, 3-5, range play at the park. Wow, Olympic Stadium was getting a lot of work. Olympique Stadium, 2-1, grounder to second base. It's a range play for Sachs. His range is a 2, and he's got it. What a play by Sachs. He'll throw to first and get the out, one away. Sachs makes a good play on the turf. And Oliver is retired. Here's the kid. Carter got a sacrifice fly his first time up. Welch, 2-5, strikeout 7. That's high. Carter, a 2-2, and it's a fly ball to center field. And Landro's going to shield himself a little bit from the lights out there, but he'll make the play. That's out number 2. And now here's Wallach. Wallach is 0 for 1. What do we think about MLB and ESPN parting ways? I really don't care. I just think it would be nice, though, if NBC gets that game of the week again, although it won't be the same that it was. Welch will pitch. 4-3, range play. Wallach, 4-5 against a righty. It's a fly ball to left field. Dusty Baker heading for that. His range is a 3, and he'll make the catch and retire the side. Nice job. Showing some leather out there. And since the first inning, Welch has given up enough goose eggs. Tied at 2 after 4. Yes, I agree. Major League ESPN did a very good job with baseball when they first got it. Not anymore. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter to me anyway, though, because I get the MLB. I get the MLB package, so I can watch any baseball game I want. Of course, I do that so I can watch the Mets, but I also watch other teams as well. We go to the top of the 5th. Leading off for the Dodgers will be Steve Yeager. Yeager is 0 for 1. You know what, Ben? I got to say something. I don't think the MLB is in the decline you think it is. I actually will disagree. The last couple of seasons were actually pretty good. And 2024, Major League Baseball got some very good ratings. Believe it or not, is it in decline? Yes. But is it steep? I don't think so. Smith, 5-3 at the park. Olympic Stadium, 5-4, and that's a ground out to short. That'll be handled by Flynn. And Flynn throws it over, 1 out. Next batter is Welch. Welch is 0 for 1. Nah, they can't. No, they got more than just 2 cities, Ben. So Smith will pitch. 1-2. That's going to be an automatic out. And it will be a grounder to first base. Taken care of there by Oliver. And Oliver gets it to out number 2. Remember now, I'm using S1s as automatic outs, even though Chris said that I shouldn't. But he's not playing this game. I am. Actually, it was out number 2, wasn't it? If he wants to go ahead and mess a little bit with his uniformity, he wants to go ahead. Let's see, who was out? Sachs next. If he wants to mess a little bit with his uniformity, I won't allow him to. Here's Sachs. He's 0 for 2. Smith will go ahead and pitch. 6-6, wild pitch. It's a blank. Sachs, 5-2, and that's a ground out to second base. Easy play for Trio, and he'll take his time, toss it over, retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Dodgers. We go to the bottom of the 5th. But remember what David Baseball Demo says, guys. Remember, even though they're coming out with all these, even though Chris is coming out with new rules for inside pitch, and even Bink Stanley is making a more subtle changes to Fall Classic, remember what David Baseball Demo says. Play the game you want, the way you choose to play it. We go to the bottom of the 5th. There is no wrong way to play the game. If you're playing it your way, then it's not wrong. Warren Cromartie leads off for the Expos. He's 0 for 1. Welch, he'll go ahead and deal. Welch, 2-1. That's a walk plus 10. That's ball 4. Cromartie will trot to first. Leadoff walk by Welch. He had 68 of them in 83. And now here's Flynn. Flynn dug in like Flynn. He is 0 for 1, and he got a bunt ability. Let's see what the strategy roll says. And that's a 20. Welch got very good chance at pickoff. Welch fires to first, and he balks. Bob Welch is going to call it a balk, and Cromartie will trot to second. So a balk on Bob Welch. And now the go-ahead run at second base. Well, don't worry about bunting. Re-roll the strat. This time, nothing happening. Welch will pitch. 1-2. Wild pitch. Yes, that's a 2. And now Welch fires it right past the catcher, and Cromartie goes to third. So now Cromartie has reached third base without even a hit. A walk, a balk, and now a wild pitch. So now Cromartie on at third. Now the infield is in. Welch will set it up. Strategy roll again. Nothing happening. Welch will pitch. 2-1. Walk plus 10, ball 4. And Flynn will trot to first. So now Welch is in some trouble. And that will bring up the pitcher, Bryn Smith. He will bat here. And the infield is in still. So here's Smith. He has a 167 average. He can hit the ball. Cromartie on at third. Flynn on at first. Strategy. Nothing on the 18. Smith is not going to bunt. He's going to swing. Welch will deal. 4-4 against a righty. Strikeout plus 10. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that is going to be strikeout number 2 for Welch. 1 down. And now here's Rock. Raines is 1 for 2. He's got a double. Infield is still going to be in. Welch sets up against Raines. Strategy. Nothing on the 4. Flynn stays put. Welch will deal. 5-1. That is a walk plus 10. And now the bases are loaded. So Welch has walked all 3 batters. And now it's Trio. Trio is 0 for 2. So Manny Trio will now come up to bat here with the bases loaded. And they are going to go back to double play depth to see if they can turn the 2. Trio does hit and do a good amount of double plays. Welch will go ahead and pitch to Trio. Strategy roll. Nothing happening. Fans here at Olympic Stadium are loud, hoping the newly acquired Trio can do it. He got traded to the Expos earlier. Welch will pitch. 6-4. Error on a throw. Trio. 6-5. Base hit right field. Trio will come through with a single. Cromartie will come in to score. Right fielder for the Dodgers is Marshall. His error rating is a 4. That's a 15. There will not be a throwing error, so normal runner advancement. Doug Flynn, base runner 2. And that is a single to right, a -2. Flynn will hold at third. But the Expos do take the lead. It's 3-2. Stadium cheers. Yippee! Oh, those bases on balls. So an RBI single for Trio. And the batter is now the Hawk, Dawson. Manny Trio's got to be loving it. You went from last place Cleveland Indians to second place Montreal Expos and a chance to make the playoffs. Dawson is 1 for 2. Still 1 out. Now the infield's going to play in and try to keep it where it is. Welch looking in on Dawson. Strategy. Nothing on the 6. Welch will pitch. 4-5. That's at the park. Olympic Stadium. 4-6. And it's a fly ball to left field. And that's going to be caught by Baker for out number 2. Dawson, a sacrifice fly of 5. Hit to left field, +1 is a 6. That's an automatic sacrifice fly. Flynn will come in to score. Raines, runner at base runner 5, hit to left -2. And Baker a 0, a 1-3. Raines will take third. He will. Trio stays at first, and now it's 4-2 Expos. Stadium cheers. Yippee! Sacrifice fly for Dawson as he hit him in. Now the batter is Oliver, but now there are 2 outs. Oliver is 1 for 2. Welch trying to get out of this jam, but he's already given up 4 runs here as the Expos have a 4-2 lead. This Expo lineup could be very interesting in a play in a division or in a division series. Welch, strategy roll, nothing on the 8, pitch. 6-2 against the lefty, another walk plus 10, and that's ball 4. And he may not be staying out there. That is another walk. That is Welch's 4th walk in this inning. And now here comes the kid. Carter is 0 for 2. And he did hit a home run the last time we had him on the Expos. Still 2 outs here. Bottom of the 5th, 4-2 Spos. Welch just not having any trouble with. If he rocks in a run, I'm going to probably have to yank him here. Welch will go ahead, set it up. Strategy. That's a 20. Welch fires the first to get Oliver. And he got him. Picked him off and the inning is over. Oh, wow. Welch did have a balk in this inning, but that's an 8, and that is a pickoff. And he got Oliver, and Carter will not get a chance. But 2 runs on only 1 hit, 1 balk, 4 walks, and a sacrifice fly. 4-2 after 5. What a crazy inning that was. And Carter goes to Oliver and said, man, why weren't you paying attention? I could have hit that one out. We go to the top of the 6th. Now 4-2 Expos. As Carter will have to wait another turn. Bill Russell leads off for the Dodgers. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Welch can pitch to, Welch is pretty much on the ropes on there. He can pitch to 27. Smith can pitch to 29. So Smith will pitch to Russell. 6-6. Wild pitch. It's a blank. Russell. 4-6. That's a grounder to first base. That'll be easily played by Oliver. And he'll take it to the bag himself. 1 down. And now here's Baker's dozen. And he is 2 for 2. A single and a double. Smith will go ahead and deal. Smith, 3-1, strikeout, and called strike 3 on Baker. Just nicked the plate, and he got him. And that is the 4th K for Smith, 2 down. And now here's Guerrero. Guerrero's 0 for 2. Combined ERA of these pitchers is 5.0. So I'm not surprised they've only given up 6 runs combined. Smith will pitch. 5-5, range play. Guerrero, 1-6, fly ball, center field, and that's going to be Dawson going to get that. His range is a 3. Nope, it's going to be a base hit. Guerrero will get to first easily on the single, and that's a 6. Nobody would have gotten that, and that is the first hit for Guerrero in the game. It'll bring up Landro. Landro is 1 for 2 with a double. Still 2 outs, top of the 6th. Expos will 4-2 lead. Strategy roll still active. And that's a 20. Smith fires to get Guerrero. No, Guerrero will get back. Smith does balk a little bit here. He does have a few pickoffs. Smith, 6-2. That's a pitcher result. Lefty, 1-7's a base hit. That's a 12. It's a blank. Landro, 6-5. And it's a fly ball to right field. And Warren Cromartie's going to get to it. He will make the catch and retire the side. No runs in a hit for the Dodgers. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Leading off for the Expos will be the kid, Gary Carter. Carter's 0 for 2. He does have a sacrifice fly. Welch has got to slow down on the walks. One of the reasons why the Expos now have a 4-2 lead. Welch, 4-5. That's at the park. Olympic Stadium, 4-5. And it's hit to right. And Marshall will go back a bit, but he'll have plenty of room, and that's the first out. Here's Wallach. Wallach is 0 for 2. Pitch from Welch. 2-6. Possible error. Wallach. 5-3. Fly ball right field. And going after that is Marshall. Marshall's error rating is a 4. That's a 3. And he's going to make an error out there. That'll send Wallach automatically to second. Marshall has a -2 arm. Wallach's base running rating is a 1. He cannot take third. He'll automatically get second base, and he'll stay right there. And that is an E9. So Wallach will hold there an E9. That's the first error on the Dodgers in the game. They did have 2 errors in the game historically. That's not a good play by Mike Marshall. He misplays it, and they're going to give him an error on the play. So first error on the Dodgers. And now here's Cromartie. Cromartie 0 for 1 with a walk. Strategy roll. And that's a 1. And Wallach is staying where he is. Welch looking at Mike Marshall said, man, I could have made that catch. Pitch from Welch. 6-5 strikeout. No. Cromartie 2-3, and Cromartie will make the Dodgers pay for it as he smacks that into right field, right down the line, and that is going to be a double. Wallach will come around from second. He will score. Cromartie heads into second. 5-2 Expos Stadium cheers. Yippee! RBI double by Cromartie. And now it's a 5-2 Expo lead. And now here's Flynn. Dodger bullpen getting ready to go here. Welch is due to bat 4th in the 7th. Welch says, let me try to get out of this inning here. But you guys, their defense and your errors aren't helping much. Welch will go ahead and pitch to Flynn. Strategy. Now, that's a 20. Welch fires to second base. And no, Cromartie will get. Oh, wait, that's a 14. No, he did get him. That's a 14. That's going to be a pickoff at second base. Welch got Cromartie 2 outs. So Cromartie is picked off at second base. So Cromartie not paying attention. And Welch goes ahead and says, see, I got to do everything all by myself. I got to get players out. You guys can't do it in defense. Here's Flynn. Flynn is 0 for 1 with a walk as Cutter Historical joins us here at Stade Olympique. Flynn is 0 for 1. Welch trying to get this out, 5-2. And Welch will pitch. 1-5, strikeout, no. Flynn, 1-2, ground out, second base. And Sachs will get it. He'll throw to first and retire the side. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 pickoff. It's 5-2 Expos after 6. Oh, come on. We go to the top of the 7th. Leading off for the Dodgers will be Mike Marshall, who made that error in right field. Didn't make many of them, but he does make one there. Marshall is 0 for 2. Smith has got a few more batters left to pitch to before he can get tired. Top of the 7th, 5-2 Expos. Smith, 4-6 at the blank. Marshall, 1-6, fly ball left. And Rock Raines will easily track that down for out number 1. This Expos team could be very interesting in the playoffs. Here's Brock. Brock is 0 for 2. Question is, will their pitching hold up? Smith will go ahead and deal. Smith, 1-5 against the lefty. It's a blank. Brock, 5-4, and he hits one to third. Wallach will make that play, toss it over, out number 2. And now here's Yeager. Yeager is 0 for 2. Smith looking on. Fans here at Olympic Stadium liking what they see. Smith, 1-2. And that's going to be an automatic out. And it will be a ground ball to short. Taken care of there by Flynn. Takes his time, tosses it over. And that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Dodgers. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game, or however how they sing that game in Canada. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we got 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. Our next matchup in the pennant race will be tomorrow night. It will be Fall Classic. And we're going to County Stadium for September 6th. A big game in the American League East between the New York Yankees and the Milwaukee Brewers. Dave Righetti will be going for the Yankees, and Pete Vukovich will be going for the Brewers. The Yankees, of course, lead the American League East. The Brewers are in third, a half game ahead of Detroit. 7.5 back of the Yankees. The Brewers are not trying to catch the Yankees. They're trying to stay where they're at. A very important matchup tomorrow night. Yankees at Brewers at County Stadium. Fall Classic. Be there or be square. I usually save that line for later. Bottom of the 7th, Expos have a 5-2 lead. Welch is due to lead off. And they're done. They're gonna take them out, and we're gonna see a new pitcher for the Dodgers. And let's see. And the Expos have Bryn Smith leading off as well. Smith's gonna stay out there. They're gonna let the pitcher bat another inning. So Bryn Smith will bat for the Expos. So they got right switch right. So let's see who the Dodgers want to bring on to pitch, and it is going to be. Coming on to pitch for the Dodgers will be another member of the worst trade in baseball history, and that will be Pat Zachary. 6 wins, 1 loss, a 2.49 ERA. Pat Zachary will come on for the Dodgers as well as Welch leaves with the L. And Pat Zachary, he's a short pitcher. He can only pitch a 6 player, so he's probably just going to pitch this inning. So Pat Zachary will go ahead against Smith. Bottom of the 7th, 5-2 Expos. Captain Carl 8 joins us here at Stade Olympique. Zachary, 5-5, strikeout, he'll get him. He'll strike him out. Zachary had 36 of those in 83, 1 down. And now here's the Rock. Raines is 1 for 2, a double and a walk. Zachary will go ahead and pitch. And for 1, strikeout 5, cold strike 3 on Raines. Zachary gets the Rock. And that is the second out. And now here's Trio, who's very happy to be on the Expos right now, not on the Indians. Trio is 1 for 3. Zachary will go ahead and pitch. And for 5, that's a walk plus 10. That's a 12. That will be ball 4. And Trio winds up at first. Zachary had 15 walks in 83. That's his first of this game. And now here's the Hawk. Dawson is 1 for 3, a single and a sacrifice fly. 2 men away. Trio on at first. Strategy rolls are still on. And that's a 16. Nothing happening. Trio will stay put. Zachary will pitch. 1-3. Strikeout 4. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And Zachary strikes out the side. He does give up a walk, but that is all. And it's 5-2 after 7. Smith will come in to pitch the 8th for the Expos at least. They'd like to get maybe 1 more inning out of him. Pinch hitter coming in for Zachary as he will be done. And let's see who the Dodgers want to go with. And it will be Daryl Thomas, 250 average, 2 homers, 8 RBIs in 83, switch hitter. So Daryl Thomas will go after Smith. Top of the 8th, 5-2 Expos. 1-3, error on a grounder. Thomas, 2-6, and that's a line out right to short. That's gloved by Flynn, 1 down. No error, obviously, because it was a line drive. Next batter is Sachs. Sachs is 0 for 3, having a rough night. Smith, 1-1, strikeout, that will miss. Sachs, 2-4, base hit right past short, and Sachs will get himself a hit. His first hit of the game. Next up is Russell. Russell is 1 for 3. Strategy rolls around are now off, pitcher versus batter. Pitch from Smith, 6-3, that's at the park. Olympic Stadium, 3-4, and it's high hit to center field, but it's going to be a fly out. Dawson says he's got it, and he does, and that's out number 2. Bryn Smith is now tired, but he says he can go, and Baker is the batter. Baker is 2 for 3, a single and a double. Sachs on it first. The fans here at Stade Olympique are definitely enjoying the game, at least for now. Pitch from Smith. 2-4, strikeout 6, that is high. Baker, 4-1, and it's a line drive right to third. Wallach puts up his glove. Pow, inning over. Hard hit right there. No runs and a hit for the Dodgers. And the Expos right now look like they might get a win, but you never know. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Leading off for the Expos will be Al Oliver, and he is 1 for 2, a single and a walk. Dodgers need a pitcher. They got a lefty and 2 righties coming up. So the Dodgers are going to go ahead and bring out Joe Beckwith. 3 wins, 4 losses, a save, a 3.55 ERA. And Beckwith will be the 3rd pitcher for the Dodgers. So here's Joe Beckwith against Oliver. Bottom of the 8th. Beckwith will deal. 4-5 against the lefty. It's a blank. Oliver, 2-6, and it's grounded to second. Sachs will get to that one with no problem. And he underhanded the first, 1 out. Here's Carter. The kid is 0 for 3. He does have a sacrifice fly. Beckwith, he'll pitch. 3-2, strikeout, no. Carter, a 6-2. That's hit hard, the power hit to center field. That's an 8, and that's going to be a double for Gary Carter. He powers one into center, and the Expos have a big insurance run at second base. And now here's Wallach. Wallach is 0 for 3. He did reach on an error and scored. So Carter on at second. Beckwith looking in at Wallach. Fans here at Montreal hoping for a big hit. Strategy rolls are off. Beckwith will pitch. 6-6, strikeout, no. Wallach, 2-5, and a line drive to short. That's out number 2. Carter will be doubled off on a 2 or a 3, and he will get back 2 down. Hit right to short before Russell could make a play to second base. Carter was already back to the bag. And now there is 2 away. It'll bring up Cromartie, and Cromartie is 1 for 2, a double, walked and balked and scored. Carter on at second. Beckwith will pitch for Cromartie. Fans hoping that Cromartie can come through with a hit. Beckwith with the deal. 5-4, strikeout, no. Cromartie, 3-1, and Cromartie will get the insurance they need as he goes ahead and doubles into left field. Carter will come around, he will score. Cromartie on to second, 6-2 Expos. Stadium cheers. Yippee! Second RBI double of the game for Warren Cromartie. And now the batter is Flynn. And Flynn is 0 for 2 with a walk. Beckwith looking on here. Now a 6-2 ball game. Cromartie on at second. Fans enjoyed that. Beck still 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Beckwith will pitch. 5-2. That's a blank. Flynn. 1-1. And that is a line drive to short. That'll be gloved by Russell, and that will do the inning. 1 run on 2 hits. And the Expos have a 6-2 lead after 8. But will we see some 9th inning magic? We're going to the top of the 9th. Smith is tired. And Pedro Guerrero leads off for the Dodgers. And I don't know how many complete games, out of 12 starts, how many complete games Smith had. I don't know how many complete games he had, figuring he only started 12 games. He is tired. He's pitched a good game, though. Let's roll. Let's roll. Decide or die. As he stays in? Decide or die. Is he in or is he out? He's in. They'll keep Smith in there for at least a batter or 2. So Smith's going to try to go the distance. Guerrero, he's 1 for 3. Smith will pitch. 4-3 against the righty. Strikeout plus 10. Now, Guerrero becomes a 19, but -2 makes him a 17. The 19 is too high. Guerrero, 1-3, and he'll base hit to right field. So because he couldn't get the strikeout, Guerrero has a single. So Guerrero gets the first on a base hit. And now here's Landro. And Landro is 1 for 3. And, I think that's going to be it for Smith. And that's going to do it. Smith's going to come out of the game. What a job he did. Landro hits righties a lot better. And the Expos are going to go to the bullpen. So let's see who they're going to go with. And they're going to go ahead and bring out Dan Schatzeder. 5 wins, 2 losses, 2 saves, a 3.21 ERA. They're going to see if he can get the save here. They're going to use Dan Schatzeder against Landro. Landro will not be pulled back. He had 481 at-bats. I don't think they would pull him. They will let the man swing. Landro is 1 for 3. Guerrero on at first. Nobody out, top of the 9th. But now it's a 6-2 Expo lead. Schatzeder will pitch. 6-1. It's blank. Landro, 1-4. Powers 1 into right field. That's a 20. Not a chance. That's going to be a fly ball to right. And Cromartie's going to get to it and make the catch. 1 out. Bringing in the lefty made a big difference there. That's out number 1. You just don't see managing like this on the other channel with the Fluffy Cat. Here's Marshall. Marshall's 0 for 3. Schatzeder will continue to pitch, though. I do use the 3-batter rule. So Schatzeder will pitch against Marshall. Guerrero on at first, 1 down. Schatzeder. 1-3 against a righty. It's an automatic out. And that's going to be a fly ball to center. Dawson will get to that. And he makes the catch, 2 down. Wow, bringing in Schatzeder looked like the right play. And now the last chance for the Dodgers will be Greg Brock. 224 batting average, 455 at bats. I want to make a move here. I'm gonna say yes. He's at first base. Greg Brock is going to come out of the game, and coming on to pinch hit for the Dodgers is going to be Jose Morales. 283 average, 3 homers, 8 RBIs. He will take over at first if necessary. So here's Jose Morales. He'll pinch it against Stade. 2 down. Guerrero on at first. 2 outs. The fans here at Stade Olympique are waving the towels. They are loud. Stade looking in on Morales. Morales hoping to come through with a big hit. Stade will pitch. 3-3. It's a blank. Morales. 1-5. And it's a power hit to left field. That's a 7. And that is going to be a kaboom. Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is deep. That ball is gone. Home run, Jose Morales. Stadium groans. A 1-5 hit is a power hit to left. That's a 7. And that is a home run from 6-12. And that really wasn't Stad's fault. Morales just powered that one out. And it's now 6-4 with 2 outs. Pinch hit home run by Jose Morales. As he comes in there and makes it a 6-4 ball game. And now the batter is Yeager. We may see a pinch hitter for him as well. Although Yeager does hit home runs too. But then again, it may not have anybody else. Yeager's the catcher. I have Fimple. Steve Yeager coming out of the game and coming on to pinch hit for the Dodgers is going to be Jack Fimple. 250 average, 2 homers, 22 RBIs. So now I'll have to replace the first baseman and catcher if necessary. So Jack Fimple will take over at catcher. But now it's a 6-4 ball game. Question is, does Stade stay in there? I don't think so. I think he comes out. I think the Expos got to go ahead and make the right call here. And now you need the closer. And that is going to be Jeff Reardon. 7 wins, 9 losses, 21 saves, a 3.03 ERA. Smith left with the W. Stade does not get a hold because he gave up runs. So now Reardon coming in to get a 1-out save. So here's Jeff Reardon. Fans at Stade Olympique hoping Reardon can get 1 out. Fimple coming on to bat. And they are going to act now. I know I just burned a player. Do I have another catcher on the roster? I don't think so. Even with no, I don't. He's going to have to bat. Fimple will have to bat, although it doesn't matter. So Reardon's going to go ahead and pitch to Fimple here. 2 outs. Now a 6-4 ball game. Reardon sets up against Fimple. The fans again are loud, waving their cell phones in 1983. Well, those phones were pretty big. Reardon will pitch. 1-6 against the righty. It's a base hit right up the middle, past the pitcher. The tying run coming to the plate. That's a base hit for Fimple. And he goes to first against the righty. It's a single one right past the pitcher. And now here's Sachs. Actually, no, not Sachs. We need to play somebody for the pitcher. Beckwith coming out of the game. And the Dodgers will go to the bullpen, go to the bench again. And coming on to pinch hit is going to be Rick Monday. 247 average, 6 homers, 20 RBIs. So now Rick Monday here on Wednesday is going to try to make a hit. Fimple on it first, 2 outs. Reardon looking in on Monday. The fans here at Olympic Stadium just got a little bit nervous. Reardon looking in on Monday. Monday has good home run power. Reardon doesn't give up many homers, but you never know. Reardon sets up and he will pitch. 1-5, walk plus 10, and now the tying run is on base. That's a walk plus 10, and now you got runners at first and second, And now here comes Sachs. And Sachs is 1 for 4. Sachs has got good average. So now Fimple on at second, Monday on at first. Reardon now looking in on Sachs. Reardon, the Expos trying to get one more out. Reardon looking in on Sachs. Fans are set here. Dutch says if you have SB pitch run for Monday. I do have SB. He is on the roster. I do have SB. SB is on the roster. And you want since Monday was a pinch hitter for a pitcher, I'll use him. So JT Dutch says use SB, and we'll do so. Cecil SB is on the roster right now. So Cecil SB will take over at first to run. JT Dutch is the Dodger fan. I know that. So Fimple on at second, SB at first. Sachs will bat. He's 1 for 4. The fans here at Olympic Stadium suddenly got very nervous. Reardon will go ahead and pitch to Sachs. 4-2. Range play. Sachs. 6-2. It's a base hit to center field, but going after that is Andre Dawson. He's after it. It'll be a single if he doesn't get it. His range is a 3. Base hit to center. It'll be a single. Will it score Fimple, though? Base with 2 outs, base runner 3. Single to center, a 0. A 1-3. Fimple will score. He does. That is a 2. SB will make third. Sachs to first at 6-5. Stadium groans. Sachs comes through with an RBI single. That scores Fimple. SB does make third, and now runners at the corners for Bill Russell. Russell is 1 for 4. He will bat. 2 men down. 6-5. Reardon trying to close this game out. He's not tired yet. He still has 3 batters he can face. So Reardon will pitch to Russell. Fans here at Olympic Stadium looking on the scoreboard saying, what's going on here? SB on at third. Sachs on at first. Reardon strategy rolls are back on. Nothing on the 16. Russell will now pitch to Reardon will pitch to Russell. Here it comes. 4-2. Again with the range play. Russell. 3-5. It's a ground ball to first. That ball is hit to Oliver. The infield is back. His range is a 3. He got it. What a play by Oliver. He has it. Jeff Reardon comes over. Oliver pumps once, pumps twice, throws to first to Reardon. That's your game. The Expos escape sudden destruction with a 6-5 win over the Dodgers. Stadium cheers. Yippee! 3 runs on 4 hits, a 2-run bomb by Jose Morales. And if Oliver does not make that play, this game is tied. What a game here. The Expos hold off a 6-5 win. The Expos will now go to 79-54. The Dodgers drop to 70-65. Final line score coming up. For the Expos, 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors. For the Dodgers, 5 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. The winning pitcher is Bryn Smith. He's going to wind up with the win. Bob Welch will take the loss. And Jeff Reardon is going to pick up a very tough save. So the Dodgers will take a tough loss here in Montreal. And every loss right now hurts, and every win helps. As we're now in the pennant race, as these games mean even more. 10-minute ticker is next. We're not done. That's a good game to start. That's a good game to start the pennant race. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball, as David Vega joins us here for FastScore Baseball. So it's a 6-5 win for the Expos. Heck of a game to start the pennant race off. Let's see how we do. September 3rd, White Sox at Boston. Let's see, White Sox 1565, that is 10. Red Sox 525, that is 2. A win for the White Sox. Milwaukee at California. Brewers 1746, that's 6. Angels 1364, that's 8. Ooh, that's a win for the Halos. Baltimore at Minnesota. Orioles chasing the Yankees. Orioles 1251, and that's 6. Twins 561, that is also 6. They're going to extras. Baltimore rolls a 2 plus 0. Minnesota rolls a 5 plus 0. And that'll be a win for the Twins. Cleveland at Oakland. Indians 1035, that is 4. Athletics 1243, that's 5. A win for the A's. Yankees at the Mariners. Yankees 1521, that is 3. Mariners minus 226, that's 2. Another win for the Yanks. Kansas City at Texas. The Rangers are 9.5 back of the White Sox. The Rangers are 5 games under 500. They're not out of it yet, but they got to get wins. And this is a big doubleheader. Game 1, Kansas City 761, that is 6. Rangers 963, that is 7. And the Rangers get the first. Royals 653, and that's 5. Rangers 1432, and that's 4. They'll split the twin bill. Tigers and the Blue Jays. Tigers 1431, and that's 4. Blue Jays 1314, and that is 2, and that's a win for the Cats. The Tigers will now go from, the Blue Jays will now go to 5.5, will now drop to 6. Well, actually, no, they were 12.5 back, but they drop another game back of the Tigers, who are in 4th, chasing the Brewers. And with the Brewer loss, right, and with the Brewers losing to the Angels, the Tigers just took 3rd, but right, at least at this time. Pirates and the Braves. Pirates 735, that is 3. Atlanta 964, that is 8. And that's a win for the Braves. And with the Dodgers losing, the Braves are now 10.5 ahead of the Dodgers. The Braves have 81 wins. Another win, they will officially qualify for a playoff chance. Remember, qualifying means you have enough wins to get in the postseason. You have to clinch. Qualifying and clinching is not the same thing. Astros and the Cubs. Astros barely alive. Astros 833, and that is 3. Cubs 626, that is also 3. And they will go to extras. Expos roll a 5. Houston rolls a 5 plus 2 is a 7. Cubs roll a 1. Don't have to go any further than that. That will be a win for the Expos. I'm sorry, for the Astros. And they're now just 1 game under 500. Padres and the Mets. Can my Mets make the postseason? No. The Mets have more. The Mets are over 81 losses. They are done. Padres, however, are not. Padres 623, and that is 2. Mets 854, and that is 6. And the Mets play spoiler tonight. The Padres are only 2 games above 500, and that was a tough loss to a bad team. Giants and the Phillies. Giants 611, that's 0. Phillies 1264, and that is 8. And the Phillies will stay where they are ahead of the Expos in the NL East. Reds and the Cardinals. The Cardinals and the Reds are pretty much out. Reds 7th 21, and that is 2. Cardinals 363, and that is 6. And that's a win for the Redbirds. On to September 4th. White Sox at Boston. White Sox 1445, and that's 6. Red Sox 961, that is also 6. And they're going to extras. White Sox roll a 6 plus 0. Boston rolls a 2 plus 1 is 3. And that's a win for the Pale Hose. Milwaukee at California. Brewers 15-13, and that is 2. Angels 11-36, and that is 4. Another big win for the Halos. Is there maybe can they get a chance to get back in this? Baltimore at Minnesota. Orioles 10-65, that is 9. Twins 8-21, and that is 2. That's a win for the O's. Cleveland at Oakland. Cleveland 9-66, that's 10. Oakland 13-64, that is 8, and it's a win for the Tribe. Yankees at Seattle. Yankees 12-16, that's 2. Mariners minus 231, that is also 2, and those two are going to extras. Both teams roll a 6. The Yankees are a +1. The Mariners are a 0. That will be a win for the Bronx Bombers. The Orioles can't get a game on them. Kansas City at Texas. Royals minus 413, that's 0. Rangers 8-14, and that is 1. That's enough for the Rangers to get a win. Detroit at Toronto. Tigers 7-44, and that is 4. Blue Jays 3-14, and that is 1. Another win for the Tigers, and the Blue Jays are beginning to fade. Pirates and the Braves. The Pirates, they are in 3rd place in the NL East, and they are now 6 games under 500. Pirates 463, and that is 6. Braves 635, and that is 3. And they can raise the Jolly Roger on that one. Astros and the Cubs. Astros 951, and that is 5. Cubs 713, and that is 1. That's a win for the Stros. They are back to 500. Dodgers and the Expos. Dodgers 616, and that is 2. Expos 322, that is also 2, and they're going to the extras again. Dodgers roll a 3 plus 2 is 5. Expos roll a 2 minus 2 is 0. The Dodgers will get that win. Padres and the Mets. Padres 1034, and that is 4. Mets 233, and that is 2. And the Friars will get a very important victory. Giants and the Phillies. With the Expos winning, can the Phillies stay ahead? Giants 861, and that is 6. Phillies 1016, and that is 2. And the Expos gain a game. Reds and the Cardinals. Reds 954, and that is 6. Cardinals 412, and that is 0. That game belongs to the Reds. On to September 5th, Boston at Baltimore. Red Sox 462, that's 6. Orioles 1451, that is also 6. And we're going to extras for those guys. Boston rolls a 4 plus 1. Baltimore rolls a 3 plus 0. And that will be a win for the Red Sox, as suddenly the Orioles are beginning to lose to teams they shouldn't be. Oakland at the White Sox. Athletics 663, and that is 7? No, 636, my bad. That is 3. White Sox 1625, and that's 4. That'll be a win for the Pale Hose. Detroit at Cleveland, a series that the Tigers should relish in for a little bit. Tigers 1352, and that is 6. Indians 526, and that is 2. and the Tigers get another win. Seattle and the Royals. Mariners 825, and that's 3. Royals 755, and that is 6. It's a win for the Royals. Yankees and the Brewers. We have these two tomorrow night in Fall Classic. Yankees 635, and that is 3. Brewers 1032, that is 3, and we're going to extras. Yankees roll a 6 plus 1 is 7. Brewers roll a 3 plus 0. Another win for the Bronx Bombers. Minnesota at Texas. Something tells me I don't think Baltimore is going to catch the Yankees. Twins 615, and that is 1. Rangers 732, and that is 3. That's a win for the Rangers. Rangers are getting closer to have a chance to get back into this. Angels and the Blue Jays. Angels 1534, and that's 4. Blue Jays 1215, and that is 2. Another Blue Jay loss. Astros and the Braves. Astros 836, and that's 4. Braves 1112, that's 1. And the Astros win 3 games tonight, and they are back to 500, over 500. Padres and the Dodgers. Very important series there. The Padres are chasing the Dodgers for second. Padres 731, and that is 3. Dodgers 111, that's 0. Rough night for the Dodgers tonight. Cubs and the Expos. Cubs 826, and that is 3. Expos 1264, that's an 8. Another win for the Expos. Phillies and the Mets. Phillies 1123, and that is 3. Mets 333, that is also 3, and they're going to extras. Phillies roll a 2 plus 0. Mets roll a 6 plus 0. And my Mets will actually have 2 happy recaps tonight. The Mets are back in the race. No. Reds and the Giants. Reds 845, and we got 5. Giants 952, we've got 5. And that's another extra inning game. Both teams roll a 5. Cincinnati's a plus 1. San Francisco's a plus 0. That game belongs to the Reds. Pirates and the Cardinals in a doubleheader. The Cardinals right now are pretty much out of it. The Pirates are holding on for their lives. Big doubleheader for the Pirates. Pirates 854, and that is 6. Cardinals 732, and that's 3. The Pirates win the first. Pirates 1215, and that's 2. Cardinals 2455, and that is 9. And they'll be settled to split with the twin bill. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow will be September 6th. We will be at County Stadium. A huge American League matchup between the New York Yankees and the Milwaukee Brewers. Dave Rags Rigetti will go for the Yankees. Pete Vukovich will be going for the Brewers. Yankees holding on to first in the American League East. The Brewers right now back to drop to 4th, now chasing the Tigers for 3rd. What will happen? Big game tomorrow night. Yankees and Brewers, be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out to the turnstiles. Subscribe if you're not done so, and make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night. They're popping open the Labatt's beer in Canada. The Expos snake out a win against the Dodgers, 6-5. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.